Hello and a really warm welcome to this podcast, the Conscious Creation Academy podcast. My name is David Marshall, and today we're having a look at one of the exercises. The reading is from the exercises, and this one is called Experiencing the Soul. You can find out what the soul is now, therefore. It is not something waiting for you in your death, nor is it something that you must save or redeem. It is also something that you cannot lose. The term to lose or save your soul has been grossly misinterpreted and distorted, for it's part of you that is indeed indestructible. We'll go into this particular matter in a portion of the book dealing with religion and the God concept. Your own personality as you know it, that portion of you that you consider most precious, most uniquely you, will also never be destroyed or lost. It is a portion of the soul. It will not be gobbled up by the soul, nor erased by it, nor subjugated by it, nor on the other hand can it ever be separated. It is nevertheless only one aspect of your soul. Your individuality, in whatever way that you think of it, continues to exist in your terms. It continues to grow and develop, but its growth and its development is highly dependent upon the realization that while it is distinct and individual, it is also but one manifestation of the soul. To the extent that it realizes this, it learns to unfold in creativity and to use those abilities that lie inherent within it. Now, unfortunately, it would be much easier simply to tell you that your individuality continues to exist and let it go at that. While this would make a fairly reasonable parable, it's been told in that particular way before. There are dangers in the very simplicity of the tale. The truth is, the personality that you are now, and the personality that you have been and will be, in the terms in which you understand time, all of these personalities are manifestations of the soul, of your soul. Your soul, therefore, the soul that you are a part of, the soul that is far more creative and miraculous phenomenon than you previously supposed. And when this is not clearly understood, when the concept is watered down for simplicity's sake, as mentioned earlier, then the intense vitality of the soul can never be understood. Your soul, therefore, possesses wisdom, information, and knowledge that is part of the experience of all these other personalities. And you have within yourselves access to this information, but only if you realize the true nature of your reality. Let me emphasize again that these personalities exist independently within and are a part of the soul, and each of them are free to create and develop. There is, however, an inner communication, and the knowledge of one is available to any, not after physical death, but now, in your present moment. Now the soul itself, as mentioned earlier, is not static. It grows, it develops, even through the experience of those personalities that compose it. And it is, to put it as simply as possible, more than the sum of its parts. Now there are no closed systems in reality. In your physical system, the nature of your perceptions limit your idea of reality to some extent, because you purposefully decide to focus within a given locale. But basically speaking, consciousness can never be a closed system, and all barriers of such nature are an illusion. Therefore, the soul itself is not a closed system. When you consider the soul, however, you usually think of it in such a light, unchanging, a psychic or spiritual citadel. But citadels not only keep out invaders, they also prevent expansion and development. There are many matters here difficult to express in words, for you are so afraid of your sense of identity, you resist the idea that the soul, for example, is an open spiritual system, a powerhouse of creativity that shoots out in all directions, and yet this is indeed the case. I tell you this and at the same time remind you that your present personality is never lost. Now another word for the soul is entity. You see, it's not a simple matter of giving you a definition of a soul or entity, for even to have a glimpse in logical terms you would have to understand it in spiritual, psychic, electromagnetic terms, and understand the basic nature of consciousness and action as well. But you can intuitively discover the nature of the soul or the entity, and in many ways intuitive knowledge is far superior to any other kind. One prerequisite for such intuitive understanding of the soul is the desire to achieve it. If desire is strong enough, then you will automatically be led to experiences that will result in a vivid, unmistakable subjective experience and knowledge. There are methods that will enable you to do this, and I will give you some toward the end of this book. For now, Here is one quite effective but simple exercise. Close your eyes, and after having read this chapter to this point, try to sense within yourself the source of power from which your own breathing and life force comes. Some of you will do this successfully when you try it first, others may take longer. When you feel within yourself this source, then try to sense its power flow outward from your entire physical being, through the fingertips, through your toes, through the pores of your body, all directions, with yourself as the center. Imagine the rays undiminished, reaching then through the foliage and the clouds above, to the center of the earth below, extending to the farthest reaches of the universe. Now, I do not mean for this to be a symbolic exercise, for it may begin with imagination, but it is based in fact. The emanations from your consciousness, the creativity of your soul, do indeed reach outward in that manner. The exercise will give you some idea of the true nature, creativity and the vitality of your soul, from which you can draw your own energy and of which you are an individual and unique person. And so that's the end of the quotes and the exercise, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care.